It is show month, lads. Good morning. It's current day. It is current day. We are Monday, the 2nd, I want to say, of June. And we are into show month of my first ever bodybuilding show. My first ever bodybuilding series, bodybuilding prep. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We are just back from the best week of prep, I would like to say. I woke up this morning 72.6 kilo. Yesterday I was 73.4 kilo. I think that's 0.8 off again overnight. There's been huge progression in the last couple of days, and I thought today, it's the bank holiday, I'm waiting for my CV burn, I'm waiting for my fat burners to kick in before I hit cardio this morning. I've got my coffee, I've got my vape, I've got my water here beside me. I thought it would be a good idea to just bring us up to date in where we're currently at. Also, because when I was over in FLF and I was posing and a gust of wind took the camera that I use every single day, which has since yesterday been sent off, please God, which won't be actually sent off till tomorrow, but I've given it into the shop. It's never just straightforward, just give me out a replacement, lad, is it? I thought it would be, but no, it's not. Of course it's not, even though I have insurance, thank God. So hopefully the insurance will come through for that and I don't have to go out and buy a new camera, but we're on the big camera for the foreseeable until that gets sorted. It's annoying, I'm not going to stress about it. We're still going to be coming on here every single day as we do, lads. It's show month. It's motherfucking show month. If you've been up to date, if you've been watching, over the last number of days, obviously, as you know, started to prep over the last week, which is something I was looking for, something I was striving for quite some time. Obviously, I've gotten lean before, but probably the leanest now I've ever been. And as we do get leaner over the next couple of weeks, the fields are only going to continue going in the direction that they're going. And that's just part of it. That is the joys of getting shredded. So I woke up at 72.6 this morning, which was a shock to the system, man. Going to bed, like the routine right now, I'm just trying to keep so bang. So every variable is kind of locked in, with absolutely everything, as, Keane would have spoke about as well the other day in our sit down video when we spoke about the adjustments that have come in and how we're going to approach the next couple of weeks, just so we can have everything in place and come closer to the shows. We know exactly what we're doing. You know what I mean? So that's where we're currently at, 72.6 as of this morning. And I'm pretty happy with visuals, to be fair, I think. Just await feedback. Obviously, it is still very early, so I'm not expecting feedback back for a long time. But we're just going to crack on with our normal Monday routine. Monday, start of the week. It is a bank holiday, so things will move a little bit slower. But we're back into training after 2 rest days, which we'll probably see about this week. Keane was talking about potentially doing 2 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off, I think this week potentially, just to see how we go, just so I have the second leg day of the week, I have a rest day on either side of that. We've only got before show 1 here now, we've only got 15, in and around probably 15 sessions, which is absolutely mental. I'm not too sure, maybe including the pumps and stuff. I was kind of trying to work it out the other day. Cardio wise, again, we're in for 50 minutes of cardio this morning, which is all good. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I'm just trying to take it day by day right now, lads. You know what I mean? I am definitely, starting to get hungrier in a way, maybe going to bed, feeling that little bit of hunger, which isn't a bad thing. Sleep is still in a good spot. I am waking up a good bit during the night to go toilet and then just trying to get myself back to sleep, force myself back to sleep so I can keep sleep in a good spot. If I can keep sleep intact for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a godsend. Not to be stressing about sleeping in a really bad spot. But all in all, starting to feel it, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's exactly where I should be right now at this point. Today is the 2nd, so we're 26 days out from show day. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for it, man. Now I do have, and I have been thinking like yesterday, I was feeling it yesterday evening. I got home from Manchester. Dan picked me up from the airport on Saturday evening, which is unreal. It's nice to be home again, to be fair. You know, as much as I was saying I love Manchester and everything, just coming home, obviously having Dan there. She was gone away for herself for one of the girls' birthdays yesterday, so I was able to crack on and just do my thing. Get up this morning now, do my thing. The house is empty. Got my doggos, back with my doggo, you know, just getting him out. Just, you know what I mean? Just after the week that we had in Manchester, which was unbelievable. But it took its toll. Do you know what I mean? It took its toll, which is a really good thing. We got a lot of expenditure obviously done. Just good to be in there, good training sessions with Keane. Nice to spend time with Keane. At the same time, it was enough time. You know, if I'd been spending any longer time with Keane, which he wouldn't have minded, you know, I don't want to be like that person who, like, Keane just got back from a lot of travelling and, you know, he wants his space, he wants his routine, his normality back as well. Last thing he wants is a fella who's 4 weeks out, moaning and whinging, taking up space in his house, cooking food and everything when he wants to cook food. Do you know what I mean? So it was the perfect amount of time, I think. The perfect amount of time. And we're going to be back over in Manchester in a couple of weeks' time again to prepare for show number one. Show number one. Yesterday, I was like, I plan on doing 3 shows here now. Like, God, why didn't I just plan on doing 1 and being done with it? But this morning, again, woke up like energy, you know, is in a better spot. And after a good sleep, like I just got through yesterday, and I was like, no, we're all okay. We're all okay. Now, going to do the first one, obviously, like as I say in most videos, I'm like striving for that first show. And then, you know, we do obviously plan to do men's physique for the second one potentially, which, again, because I've always had my heart set on bodybuilding, I want to do bodybuilding for the first show, right? Even though, you know, conditioning wise, again, I'd like to just have fat loss done, you know, as much as possible. We can always just dig a little bit then for the second show, whatever the case may be. You know, Keane will obviously be the decider of that, and then do men's physique for the second one. Just see where we land. I do have a men's physique posing lesson booked in for tomorrow, and then also have deep tissue with Jonah on Wednesday, or whatever you call it, that we do, just a recovery session, which I'm buzzing for. I need to get in there and get that done. And then the third show then, you know, that's the way I plan to finish out the season. I think it's a good way to do it. You know, obviously we'll decide then for the third show, do we do bodybuilding, do we do men's physique? But we'll see. We're just going to play it by ear, you know what I mean? Play it by ear, because your head can just get scrambled on thinking about all these different things. But that's where we're currently kind of at, you know. Did I put visuals on the screen already? I probably already did. That's where we're at in terms of, obviously, food the last couple of days has been absolutely perfect. It's just making sure we're getting the meal timings right, you know, weighing out, you know, all the different things now, obviously, like veg, sauce, salt, even like starting to, you know, kind of keep track of like fluid intake now and stuff, because I do be heavy enough on the fluids every single day, you know, a lot of water going in. We've 1 Monster a day, 2 coffees a day, 1 like 0-calorie drink with my dinner in the evening, which, to be fair, with Manchester as well, did kind of go to 2, and I probably will stay around 2, to be fair. But there's no need for me to be drinking more than 1 Monster. Like 3 coffees then is the max I'd ever have on a day, like maybe 2 hot and 1 ice. Had a nice iced coffee from back to back, actually, one on Saturday coming home in the airport, which was lovely. Just a big fat iced coffee with a meal, sitting down working on my laptop in Costa. I was like waiting a little bit for like a chair to come around. I was lurking, and finally one came. And then got home, then had one yesterday with Dan. We had to run into town yesterday, and I got one inside in Costa as well. Also, after a long time, put a stud back in my ear. I was feeling it, lads. I was feeling it. Put a stud back in my ear the other day in Manchester, and I don't know if you can see it on my neck or not. I got a tattoo. I got my first tattoo. I got my first tattoo down here along the neck. It's Chinese writing. It's something I've been meaning to do. Something I've wanted to do kind of for a while, but it was like getting engaged. You know, it was like proposing to Dan. I was like, right, now is the time. I'm going doing it. Now is the time. I'm going doing it. So yeah, I got a tattoo with Keane the other day. He got one as well. I was just like, yeah, man, now's the time. You know, I thought it might lift spirits a small little bit as well, which it definitely did. So yeah, I got a tattoo, and surprised Danielle with that the other day as well, But all is good, man. As you can see by my voice, like, yeah, you know, there isn't much personality in me, probably, you know, to the outside person, to maybe you watching on here as well. But we're going to crack on. We are going to crack on. I can feel probably the CV burn. I can feel probably the coffee starting to hit now. It's still very early in the morning. I've been getting up about 5:30 every single morning. I've been asleep around 10 every single night, which is perfect. And obviously just waking up a few times in the middle of the night. So, God, last Monday I was 76.1. This morning, 72.6. What's that? That's 3.5 kilos in a week, exact. That's the most amount of fat loss, the most amount of weight loss that I've had all prep in the space of 1 week, 4 weeks out, which is pretty wild. Now, that's not to say weight will creep back up a small bit tomorrow, which will probably piss me off, as it will. But 72.6 on the scale this morning. We're going to crack on. Let me know if you enjoyed the couple of days over in Manchester. I'm looking forward to what we've got, you know, over the next number of weeks, just showing you the whole process of, you know, being 26 days out now. 26 days out from my first bodybuilding show. Something that I've just like wanted to do ever since, like, lads, you don't understand. Like, I just never got myself in a position to do it. Like, obviously we've never had a long structured good gaining phase or anything like that. I've been able to stay in good shape for. Morning, Brooklyn. I'm just really excited for all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited for the reverse. Very nervous about the reverse, like, I'm not going to lie, but something that we're going to navigate, something that you're going to really, you know, keep me accountable for. It's something that I've never, you know, nailed from being in a really lean position before, and that's something that it's not going to be easy. Like, I'm going to need everyone around me, you know, that understands it, like Keen, Dan, you know, like myself obviously is the only one that can do it. But yeah, just take a deep breath, go and do my 50 minutes cardio. It is a bank holiday, so check-ins will be slow, but we'll get through them. We've got we've got push day to get done. We're going to have a good time, man. I hope whatever you're getting up to, you're having a really good day. I'm not too sure how long this video is. I cannot see, but that's where we're currently at. 26 days out from show number 1. Follow along. Drop the video a like. Comment down below anything you want to see, lads, coming over the next couple of weeks. Subscribe if you haven't already. You know, the support does not go unnoticed. Like, it really, really does mean a lot to me ever since I really cracked on with YouTube here, cracked on with social media. Work is in the best place that it's ever been. The productivity is unbelievable for the most part in the mornings, you know, in the early portion of the day, and then in the evening, bosh, I am lights out. So I want to get this out to you today. I want to get it out to you nice and early, so you have that there to watch. And that brings us up to date. That's where we're currently at. 26 days out. I'll see you tomorrow.